Humanity has always had a complicated relationship with microbes. Today, cleaning product aisles are lined with home use sanitizing products that brag about eliminating 99.9% of bacteria. A historical solidifying event in our collective aversion to bacteria was the absolute life-saving discovery of antibiotics. They were considered wonder drugs at the time and were used for everything. Shortly after their discovery, millions of metric tons were produced so efficiently that the highest cost of some of the first antibiotics was in the packaging. Animal agriculture has benefited from the boom in antibiotic production. During the protein shortages following World War II, it was discovered that feeding these cheap antibiotics at low levels improved growth rate and feed efficiency in livestock and poultry, and reduced morbidity and mortality rates twofold. Antibiotics were responsible for protecting animal welfare, producer profitability, and food affordability. So it's easy to understand why they became so pervasive, as they solved so many of the devastating problems of the time. If we fast forward to present day, we now all know that there are several issues with the overuse of antibiotics, not least among them being the development of antibiotic-resistant pathogens that don't respond to typical medical treatments. The solution to this issue is not just as simple as stopping antibiotic use, but sweeping antibiotic use bans are already at play for growth promotion. But when antibiotic use decreases morbidity and mortality, they not only promote growth, but animal health and welfare too. An alternative option is imperative to continue raising ethical, sustainable, and affordable food animals. With all these things considered, it's not difficult to see where the general negative perception of bacteria comes from. But as we learn more about them, our collective perception is starting to shift. Our bodies are host to trillions of bacterial cells. The animal gastrointestinal tract, nasal passages, skin, lungs, and other systems are filled with microbial communities that rival galaxies in their complexity. And among their number exist bacteria that can benefit animal health called probiotics, and we might just find antibiotic alternatives among their number. There's a rapidly expanding body of research about probiotics, but there's still so much to be explored regarding the mechanisms of how they work. Previous work in my lab noted that when chickens are fed a probiotic, key immune cells in fighting infections, called T cells, produce more energy in the form of ATP. Think of T cells like security guards patrolling our bodies for invaders, and the ATP boost as a cup of coffee. What about the probiotic compound prompted our T cell security guards to grab that extra cup? And how will their patrol change with their newfound energy boost? I hope to answer these questions with my PhD work to help us better understand the relationship between animals and the microbes that live within them. I'm excited to be a part of the shifting perceptions of bacteria in agriculture, and I hope that my research can contribute to the understanding of probiotics and their potential role in protecting animal health and welfare and affordable food.